Today's video will have a look at the setup between journal batches and how, if using the same number sequences, you can renumber journals before posting. So let's go to Business Central and take a look. I'm going to use my Finance menu and go to my General Journals shortcut. This takes me to the list screen that lists the different batches I've set up for General Journals. And what you can see here is that all 4 journals I've got set up are using the same number series. If we have a look at the number series, there's a few settings that I've got turned on that are important. So I've got my starting number and ending number, and I've got my default numbers here and not allowing manual numbers. And if I drill into the background, I've also got the allow gaps in numbers turned off. So that means when I go to post, the system is going to check to make sure that I am using the next available journal number. And that can get out of sequence. So let's take a look how. If I go into my general batch, we can see I've got a few lines, I've got a couple of lines set up in there already. Both of them have got offset accounts so they balance. Now if I pop down and let's just add another line, we can see that sequentially I'm going to number 12. I'm just going to enter the same data again, just for simplicity. So I can see I'm using journals 10, 11 and 12. If I go ahead and post that batch, then that's fine. Those are my next journal numbers. What can happen though is you might be operating across a couple of batches at the same time, or you might be delayed in posting them. So if I go over to the accruals batch, you can see that the first one coming up is journal number 10. So I'm going to put my travel account, an amount, and I'll offset it and back to put my department code in. So let's post this journal and see what happens. So now in this journal, it's coming up giving me my next available number is journal 11. If I flick back to my general, you can see that my document numbers are the same as when I left the journal before, starting at journal 10, but we just posted that one. I'm just going to update this journal with department codes and try and post this and see what happens. We should get an error message telling us that the journal number has been used. Here we go. You have one or more documents that must be posted before you post document numbers. If you hover over the message, you'll get the full error message. You could manually go through and update each of the individual numbers, but that would be quite a big waste of time. What you can do is come up to Actions, Functions, Other, Renumber Document Numbers. And when you do that, you'll get a message saying it might take a little while. Hit yes. That's automatically updated it to 11, 12 and 13. And now we can go ahead and post the journal. So that gives you the background on why you might get that error message and how to resolve it without manually updating the numbers. If you like what you see, please subscribe and watch back for future videos.